afternoon, listeners and viewers. Welcome. We are at the National Arena. We are waiting for the commencement of the UCC graduation ceremony for 2025, the latest in the best and brightest of the nation, getting ready to make that first step into the world as a graduate. Thank you for joining us. We will have more from the program as the ceremony commences.
We're gonna walk the streets of glory. We're gonna sing redemption story. We're gonna walk the streets of glory by and by. By and by. When the morning comes, when all the saints of God are gathered home, we will tell the story, how we overcome. We will understand it better by and by.
And as I said, we're at the National Arena for the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean graduation ceremony for 2025. They're about to commence and we're going to throw to the feed. We'll have a few interviews for you later as we interview some of the people who put this on display, as well as to get an understanding of the university's program and how they have made sure that these graduates are fit for the working world.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, still morning. To Dr. Adams, Mrs. Adams, Professor Giles, Professor Warner, Dr. Darmond, Mr. Barber, Professor Gale, all the members of the shareholders and governing boards, and all of the wonderful staff of the University of the Commonwealth of the Caribbean, and of course, to our graduates and their families gathered here today. Wagwan. I've been looking forward to saying that. It is a true privilege to share this day with you all, and the greatest honor to be asked to serve as Chancellor of this wonderful university. I am deeply humbled and grateful to have the opportunity to contribute in my small way to the journey that UCC is on, with exciting new developments and a great vision fueled by this outstanding team of leaders. Thank you for asking me to be part of that journey. Thank you also to Professor Anthony Clayton for your kindness and support as you also join the UCC family. Today is a day of celebration, and I know Jamaicans are good at celebrating. Congratulations to all who are graduating, and to your families and loved ones who stood by you and supported you through your studies and challenges. Enjoy today and the parties that will no doubt follow. You deserve your moment in the spotlight. Take some time to let it all sink in and be proud of yourself. You made it. Today is not an ending, but a milestone on your journey through life, and one that you will never forget. It is a door that you will only walk through once. Years from now, you'll remember today, no matter where you are and what you're doing, and it'll be a happy memory. That's because you'll look back and remember not only the celebration, but also the friends in the family who were with you and your sense of achievement. You'll also remember that it was a day when you passed through that doorway into what's on the other side, the next stage of your journey and a world full of opportunities. I can't wait to hear your stories in years to come, and I wish you every success as you build your lives and your careers. I want to say a little about that world of opportunities and its challenges that you are now entering. A world in which you are the leaders of tomorrow. That world is changing before our eyes. The old world order that for so long helped to bring prosperity and peace is being challenged. Democracy is under threat in ways we thought impossible only a few years ago. And truth itself is no longer sacred, with alternative facts being offered and misinformation being spread through social media. At times like this, real leadership is needed throughout society. Great leaders have many qualities, but I believe integrity and honesty are the most important of all. Leadership is not only about managing change, but also about courage and generosity. The best leaders lead on behalf of their people rather than for themselves. They know the way forward because they have a moral compass to guide them. Simon Sinek, the American author and speaker, says leadership is not about being in charge, it's about taking care of those in your charge. I agree completely. It's how I've tried to live my life as a leader, and I hope you will too. You give us all hope for a bright future, not only for yourselves, but for all Jamaicans. We need your leadership to guide us to a better future. Finally, may I once again thank the outstanding leadership team and the shareholder and governing boards of UCC for giving me this great honour. I hope I can serve you and the university well. And if you'll indulge me, one more thanks to my wife Michelle, who has been my rock through my life. I love you and thank you for all of your support. So once again, congratulations to all of our graduates. We're very proud of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now invite the UCC Chancellor, Professor John McIntyre, to install the Pro-Chancellor and International Ambassador. Professor Anthony Clayton, I invite you to step forward. Mr. Owen Ferguson will read the profile.
Professor Anthony Clayton ranks among Jamaica's most admired scholars and forward-thinking strategists. As a distinguished professor of sustainable development, he has spent his career pairing rigorous research with clear vision and practical policy advice to move the nation forward. While serving as the Alcan Professor of Caribbean Sustainable Development at the University of the West Indies, he founded and led the Institute of Sustainable Development. Under his guidance, the Institute became a strong springboard for the policy breakthroughs, informing reforms in economic restructuring, urban planning, and energy planning, climate change, environmental resilience, as well as national and citizen security. Professor Clayton is the author of Jamaica's National Security Policy, the Intelligence-Led Policing Strategy, and the Crime Consensus Plan. Professor Clayton's counsel is valued far beyond the shores of Jamaica. He has provided expertise to a number of governments and to the Organization of American States, the Commonwealth Secretariat, the United Nations, the Inter-American Development Bank, the Inter-American Network of Academies of Sciences, amongst other multinational agencies. He has also been a keynote speaker at a number of high-level meetings, including a meeting of senior U.S. military leaders, including at the American Aerospace Defense Command and United States Northern Command at Peterson Space Force Base, the United States Southern Command Forum with the Caribbean Chiefs of Police and Chiefs of Defense, and the United Nations Secretary General's Advisory Board on Advisory Matters. His scientific achievements have earned him fellowships in both the Caribbean Academy of Sciences and the World Academy of Sciences, and visiting professorships at the universities of Surrey and Edinburgh, and at the University of Technology, Jamaica. Successive administrations have invited him to serve on national councils, such as the Jamaica National Commission on Science and Technology and the Crime Monitoring and Oversight Committee. A prolific writer and speaker, Professor Clayton has published widely on national security, strategic foresight, innovation, governance, and risk management. His analyses have influenced national initiatives on national security, crime reduction, climate independence, development planning, urban planning, and energy policy. For influential scholarship, insightful policy advice, and steadfast commitment to building a safer, more innovative, and more sustainable Caribbean, Professor Anthony Clayton was awarded Jamaica's Order of Distinction in the rank of Commander. He is greatly respected at home and abroad. Professor Anthony Clayton.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure and privilege as Chancellor of the University of the Commonwealth of the Caribbean on this 20th day in the month of July 2025 to install Professor Anthony Clayton as Pro-Chancellor and International Ambassador, University of the Commonwealth Caribbean, with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Will you commit to serve the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean as Pro-Chancellor and International Ambassador?
I will.
On the authority vested in me by the shareholders and governing boards of the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean, I now install you, Anthony Clayton, as Pro-Chancellor and International Ambassador. Congratulations.
Good morning, Chancellor. First time I've got to say that. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor to be invited to join the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean, especially at this time of momentous change. Now, those of you who are just about to graduate, please listen to this next part carefully, because this affects you. We are still in the early stages of the fourth and possibly the fifth industrial revolutions. And it is likely that over the next several decades, we will see the world's social and economic systems transforming as the result of the impact of new technologies. By 2050, by which time most of you graduating today will be at the peak of your careers, the world's primary energy source is likely to be solar, not hydrocarbons. Our homes will generate a surplus of power for export to the grid. Planes, trains, automobiles, and ships will all be fully autonomous. Nanotechnology and molecular engineering will create a new generation of ultralight, ultra-strong materials, while additive manufacturing will allow housing units to be constructed in less than 24 hours, a combination that will transform our cities. Mines will largely be operated remotely and use synthetic microorganisms to sequester metals from rock and from dump sites. Genetic engineering will allow us to cure cancer, correct genetic defects, and more controversially, be used for genetic enhancement. Medical telemetry will replace many visits to the doctor, and artificial intelligence will replace or transform many skilled human activities in law, accounting, banking, architecture, medicine, and teaching. I'm going to pause here to let that sink in amongst the members of the Platform Party. As a result of these changes, it is estimated that the majority of current forms of employment are going to be radically transformed or replaced by new ways to add value. Before 2030, you will probably need to replace or upgrade about 25% of your skill set every 18 months. And before we reach 2050, you might have to upgrade or replace about 75% of your skill set every 18 months. So you may have thought that you had finished with education, but education has not finished with you. As a result, by the time we reach 2050, of the 6 billion people that will then be in the world's workforce, about 5 billion will be doing a job that does not exist today. Now, this represents a profound challenge to the world's universities. How should we be preparing people for jobs that do not currently exist? And what skill sets will they need? We do not yet have all the answers to these questions. But one thing I can say with confidence is that the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean is going to face this challenge head on. And I believe is going to emerge as one of the leading members of the next generation of universities that will be ready for the world of tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean, Professor Colin Giles, who will deliver the President's remarks.
Chancellor, Professor John McIntyre, Minister of Education, Skills, Youth and Information, Senator Dr. the Honorable Dana Morris Dixon, Group Executive Chairman Dr. Winston Adams, Deputy Group Executive Chair Mrs. Geraldine Adams, or distinguished honorees, other members of the Platform Party, representatives of the University Council of Jamaica and the Jamaica Tertiary Education Commission, representatives of other tertiary institutions. I see my former colleague and friend, Dr. Kevin Brown, President of the University of Technology, Jamaica. Welcome. Other distinguished guests, faculty, staff, students, alumni, ladies and gentlemen, all, members of the media, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2025. Good morning to you all. I greet you warmly and welcome you to this, the 2025 commencement ceremony of the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean, UCC. Today is a profoundly significant day in the annals of this university. It is a moment of joy, celebration, and reflection. I hope this ceremony will leave you feeling proud, inspired, and reminded of the impact that education can have on lives and communities. To the graduating class of 2025, I offer my heartfelt congratulations. You have shown resilience in overcoming many difficult barriers. But today, you stand victorious, clothed not just in your academic regalia, but in the strength of perseverance and the promise of future leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you give a round of applause to graduating class 2025. When I contemplated what I would say to you this morning, 4 important thoughts came to mind. They are as follows. 1, every commencement ceremony has some unique feature, something special that distinguishes it from all other ceremonies. 2, the theme, building future leaders, breaking barriers. 3, a few words of encouragement and advice to the graduating class. And finally, words about our university. This great institution, the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean. Firstly, distinguishing features of this commencement ceremony, of which I would like to highlight 2. Among the over 800 graduates making up this cohort from our 5 schools and colleges, we have persons from the Stand Up for Jamaica project in partnership with the Ministry of National Security. Persons who are incarcerated, who have been given the opportunity to gain tertiary education as part of their rehabilitation. They are not here with us today, but we wish to recognize them. It points to UCC's commitment to uplifting persons from all walks of life and to work for the upliftment of all members of our society. 2, UCC is being distinguished as a major thought leader in higher education. This is clearly demonstrated by the installation of Professor John McIntyre as UCC's Chancellor and Professor Anthony Clayton as our second Pro-Chancellor and International Ambassador. Both of these appointments signal a strengthening of the university's leadership and international presence. Added to this is the recognition of the mustard seed communities as the recipient of this year's humanitarian award. This underscores UCC's recognition of social responsibility. The conferring of honorary degrees on 3 exemplary individuals, that is, Dr. the Honorable Peter Phillips, Dr. Nigel Clark, and Mrs. Audrey Stewart Hinchcliffe, for their sterling contributions to the economic development and social well-being of this country, further reflects the institution's dedication to celebrating excellence and fostering a culture of impact. Together, these developments show that
Tune in to Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. Stay ahead of the curve with our cutting-edge reporting and accurate breaking news coverage.
We are having an earthquake. Oh, God.
Hear it here first on Nationwide 90 FM. Tune in, turn up the volume, and listen. We bring a mix of news, entertainment, and sports to your lives.
Nationwide 90 FM's live and continuous coverage of the World Championships in Budapest, Hungary.
News and discussions week mornings.
Coming up in the news at 6 for this morning.
Entertainment in the afternoons, then news again in the evenings.
Nationwide news at this hour, fired.
Also tune in to the entertainment and sports shows in the nights and on the weekends.
It is Boy Things After Dark right here on Nationwide 90 FM.
Everything is news, from current affairs and entertainment to sports, business, and other categories.
Nationwide 90 FM. This is Beanie Man. Give it to them. Zaga, Zen.
From every whisper to every commotion.
That's rubbish. The KSAMC cannot investigate itself.
Every news story unfolds here first at Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. Every sound is a story, and every story we share is news.
as well as courage to speak truth, to act boldly and ethically, and to break barriers. Adaptability is a key feature, and you should all know that the future begins and indeed belongs to those who embrace change and constantly engage in professional development. Good leaders must remain open, flexible, and willing to grow in serving those who they lead. The process of building future leaders and breaking barriers is more than climbing ladders of success or acquiring impressive titles. It is about positioning ourselves to serve. My third area of reflection concerns our great institution, the UCC. This year's commencement coincides with the institution's 21st anniversary as UCC. 21 years mean that UCC has come of age and has produced graduates that are individually successful, but collectively they represent the hope of national transformation. Please put your hands together for the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean. Finally, my words of encouragement and advice to the graduates as you go into the future. The first piece of advice is to engage in continuous, purposeful reflection. This means drawing lessons that lead to wiser, more intentional decisions. It also means reflecting on your journey, the sacrifices made, the barriers overcome, the growth achieved, and the lessons learned. Let your story become a source of strength for others, showing them that success is possible, even in the face of barriers. My second piece of advice is for you to always express gratitude. Never forget those who stood by you, your families, mentors, lecturers, and friends. Through their love, encouragement, and unwavering support, you're able to stand tall today. The third bit of advice is to take time to nurture and maintain relationships. Building strong connections with others will enrich your lives, provide emotional support, and foster a sense of belonging. Investing effort in communication, understanding, and appreciation helps to sustain these bonds through both good times and challenging times. Ultimately, meaningful relationships contribute significantly to our being. In closing, and just before I give my charge to the class of 2025, let me express my deepest appreciation to you all, members of the audience, for celebrating this momentous occasion with us. On behalf of the entire UCC, I thank you all for attending and hope that you will remain with us for the rest of the ceremony. My charge to the class of 2025 is to say to you that this is your moment. The world needs leaders like you. Bold, courageous, innovative, yet humble, respectful, and compassionate. I encourage you to always apply the biblical principle found in Micah 6 and verse 8, to act justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with thy God. Break barriers not just for yourselves, but for those who follow. Remember that God has good intentions for you, as stated in Jeremiah 29 and verse 11. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil. I offer you my heartfelt congratulations and best wishes for a meaningful, impactful, and brilliant journey ahead. Congratulations, and God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to invite Dr. Damian Black, Commissioner and Executive Director, Jamaica Tertiary Education Commission, to bring remarks.
Thank you. Good morning. To our hosts, Dr. and Mrs. Winston Adams, Mr. Anthony Barber, Board Chair, and other members of the boards, Professor Colin Giles, President, the Honorable Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon, Minister of Education, Skills, Youth, and Information, Chancellor Professor McIntyre, Pro-Chancellor Professor Clayton, distinguished honorees, graduands, distinguished ladies and gentlemen all. I greet you all and extend heartiest congratulations to the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean and its communities of interest. Jamaica's tertiary education system has benefited significantly from the contribution made over the history of this nation by private entities. At their outset, these private institutions were bereft of status, legislation, constrained access to public resources. Theirs was the path of entrepreneurship. In short, they had skin in the game. They had to carve out niches. They had to be different In many instances, they have forced the established entities to respond and adjust to the demands of the market. Today, we take for granted part-time study on schedules that facilitate employment patterns, prior learning assessment and recognition, flexible payment plans, campuses in areas of Jamaica that were underserved, the adoption of technology, stackable credentials. We owe a debt of gratitude to private entities and, of course, entrepreneurial institutions within the public sector, such as the community colleges. We have to note that many private entities have been established and fallen along the wayside. Many stand tall. But today, this morning, I'm able to paraphrase the Apostle Paul.
Good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the UCC commencement ceremony for 2025, the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean, where they're having that graduation ceremony, a day a lot of individuals look forward to, parents, children, and those also in the working world looking to advance themselves. Well, I am with one such gentleman. His name is Taj McDermott. He is an information technology graduate from UCC. Good afternoon, Mr. McDermott. How are you? So tell me, before we get into the nitty-gritty of the UCC, tell me something about yourself, how you came into the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean. What is your life story?
So my life story, I would say, is that I graduated from Kingston Technical High School, where I did not sure what I wanted to do, but I was like, why not sign up for UCC? At first, I signed up to do bachelor's in business admin, but then after realizing that it wasn't for me, and I changed over to information technology, and my journey here has been exceptional.
So tell me, why UCC and not another university? What specifically drew you to UCC?
Great question. So what drew me to UCC was the level of bond and the glue that they have here, whereas I got the opportunity to be a student worker here, where I not only was a student but also a worker here. So I got the opportunity to bond with the professors and the students.
Okay, and you said that you started out in business administration,
Yes.
but found out that was not for you. What made that evident, and how did you make that switch over to information technology?
So I'm great at mathematics, but I didn't really like the amount of tests, as in like doing a lot of tests. So
You prefer something practical?
Yes. So I went to my what do you call it now? The business admin director, and we were speaking, and I was like, I don't think this is for me. And she was like, what about the others? And I was like, information technology. I got a 2 in information technology, and then I did the switch over, and coding was exceptional. Yeah.
So she gave you that advice, and you decided that, yeah, this seems more of a fit for me than going into business administration. You prefer the practical aspect of things.
Yes, but the challenge was that I already started, so most of the students here was already in depth of the course, so I had to do a lot of catching up, and I worked better under pressure, so it was kind of good, you know.
Well, would you say that UCC was very accommodating in you making that switch and allowing you the time and the breathing room to catch up in order to finish your program?
Yes, but it was a lot of sleepless nights where I had to do my other researches on the courses and what I need to, perfect.
So you're graduating today. It's not the end of the journey, but another step on it. But how do you feel today?
So this is not my last journey with UCC. I'm coming back to do the bachelor's in information technology. So they will be seeing my face again.
So no break between the associates and the
No,
bachelor's?
I'm not taking a break. It's a very going pace.
Okay, so going forward now, after you've gone back, finished your bachelor's, what is next for you?
So my next step is starting a business. So this is in work where I want to build an app where you cannot, because I also like fashion, where you can not only interact with the app on purchasing an item, but you get to choose what graphic you want that speaks directly to you and only you, and you know only you have that T-shirt. So yes, I'm building a business.
Interesting. So you've already thought it out as to where you're going.
Yes, so I've been having meetings with the BDCI as it relates to getting my company on the road. So yes, it's in work.
Okay, well, I look forward to seeing that. So when that happens, please give us a contact. I want to see that application for myself. And this is Ian McDermott. He is an associate's degree graduate at the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean. He has a bright future ahead of him. As he said, he's going back to do his bachelor's in a few weeks, in a few months, so to speak.
Yes, very much so.
All the best on your journey, sir, and all the best with UCC.
Appreciate it. And also, the company name will be Calvera Mark.
Oh, anything that inspired that?
So what inspired the name was I wanted something unique, and my last name being McDermott, I wanted it to be Mac. So I was like, what name could I use? And Calvero spoke to me.
Okay, understood. So there you have it, listeners. We're going to take a quick break, and we hope to bring you a few other of the young and upcoming graduates who are entering the world after finishing their journey, or say, a point in their journey at the University of the Caribbean, Commonwealth Caribbean.
The following is a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
The Jamaica Labour Party Area Council 1 presents Central Kingston Choose Jamaica public meeting this Sunday, July 25 p.m. at the intersection of Hitchin and Great George's Street in Almond Town. Deputy Leader Desmond Mackenzie and host Member of Parliament Donovan Williams will be on the road with champion MPs Darrell Vaz, Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, Delroy Chuck, Delroy Williams, Dwayne Smith, Senators Abka Fitz-Henley, Shireen Golding Campbell and others. Come hear messages of substance as the Jamaica Labour Party's mission to improve lives is active and strong. Choose Jamaica public meeting this Sunday, 5 p.m. in Almond Town, Central Kingston. No worry. Impact boss Donovan Williams understands. Donovan cares. No sell out to him thing. We choose Jamaica.
The proceeding was a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
Please be advised that on Sunday, July 20, the Mayor's Parlour will air at 12 p.m. This will temporarily replace the usual broadcast of Amazing Word at that time. We apologize for any inconvenience.
News on the go. The latest stories from Jamaica and around the world are literally a finger tap away. Keep up to date with Teen Revolution 24 hours a day online via nationwideradiojm.com. Listen live, read the latest stories, hear every soundbite. Be a part of the vibrant online debate via Facebook and Twitter. Now you can get all your favorite premium nationwide content at your convenience. Visit the Android Play Store and download it for free today. NationwideRadioJM.com. All day, every day. Team Revolution.
Welcome, viewers. Welcome back, listeners and viewers. We are at the National Arena for the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean's commencement ceremony for 2025. I have with us another graduate of this fine institution, that is Geneva Tracy. She has just completed her bachelor's in tourism and hospitality management. Good afternoon, Geneva. So please tell me, because this degree, I'm not familiar with it. Please give me some information. Tourism and hospitality management. What does that program entail?
Okay, so the degree in tourism and hospitality management focuses on managing institutions that bring profitability to the agriculture sector, the tourism sector at large, water cruising, all areas that really contribute to bringing visitors into the island and having them have a comfortable stay, which is the hospitality part. Because hospitality is a service, and that's what we focus on, making people feel comfortable.
Interesting. So please tell me, because it's not a common pick, one would say, when they look on a program of degrees and say, this is what I want to do. What inspired you to go into this area?
What really inspired me was my love for service. I love to make people happy. I love to cook food. So culinary arts on the curriculum map was like a big part of my selection for this program. But then coming into the program, I realized that it was beyond that. It was really understanding how the industry works from a logistics perspective, from an entrepreneurship perspective, and from an area that really helps you to understand people and their different personalities and to serve them better.
Okay, this question I asked the other gentleman, and I have to ask you, why UCC?
Well, UCC is very unique in how it offers its programs. The flexibility was one for me. I started during COVID-19, so being able to do the degree online was a big help. And also their flexible payment plans, their really integrated way of teaching, because the classes are really small. It really helps you to be grounded in the program and know the people who you're working with. So that was a big part of my
I'm happy to hear it. So just last and finally, what's next for you? What is on your journey?
Okay, so next I will be doing an internship overseas, a one-year internship in the tourism and hospitality management program. I'll be doing a front desk agent operation, training in that area, understanding management operations and so forth.
Well, Geneva, I wish you the best going forward. Congratulations on finishing this step of your journey. Not many make it, so you have actually distinguished yourself. So
thank you,
congratulations and all the best going forward. So listeners and viewers, that's Geneva Tracy. She has a bachelor's now in tourism and hospitality management, heading overseas to do her internship. I'm sure Jamaica will not hear the last of her though. Thank you for joining us.
Looking to rent a fully operational production studio?